Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. My name is Vanessa Collins, joined by Isabella Stevens and Stephen Hackbarth, and we are here with a very special guest, Ed Roberts, COO and GM at Bozard Ford Lincoln, absolute legend in the automotive industry. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vanessa. It's an honor to be here. I mean, just look at the buzz of what this place has brought this year.
Yeah.
The last year it was a little bit somber, and this has been a phenomenal makeup year
Yeah.
from what we missed out on last year. So glad to be here. Glad to be here with you guys.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate your time with us so much. Now, Ed, you're kind of known as a leader, a huge leader in the automotive industry and kind of a change maker. And can you touch on a little bit about your mobile service? I've heard you had 46 mobile service vehicles in your dealership. That's kind of crazy.
Well, first you're gonna have to explain to me what mobile service is. I'm not sure that I know what it is. No, the mobile service is a way of meeting our customers on their terms. We have created so much friction in taking care of our customers through their ownership experience. And one of the things that we really want to focus on is removing that friction.
Yeah.
And so we go out as often as we possibly can to see our customers in field. We service more vehicles in field than most dealers do under their own roof. And
Wow.
that's a vertical that will continue to escalate for
That's
years to come.
incredible. And you were one of the first dealerships to actually implement this mobile service idea, and you've absolutely taken that idea and ran with it. And so, how has that kind of impacted positively your CSI scores and overall customer satisfaction in your dealership?
So overall satisfaction, we really focus on our CSI. But there's always ways to make it better.
Yeah.
And but we do measure everything separately, because if we have something that's hanging down, we want to both see what can we do to correct that and drive it forward. But I got to tell you right from the beginning, it's rare that we're not 100% in
Wow.
mobile services CSI. Out of 300 surveys, we may get one that's a 4 instead of a 5. But giving someone their time back and letting them know they're important to us really tugs on their heartstrings, and they appreciate they appreciate us for it.
And you're like unmatched in CSI, but I'm sure that that took a while to get that to that point. So I'm sure there was lots of things to learn when implementing and growing that mobile service to the absolute mammoth that it is now. So what are some things that you're seeing other dealers that might struggle implementing mobile service and growing that, and how can those dealers improve?
More times than not, dealers go into mobile service because they hear that it's the next thing they should be doing, and they don't have necessarily the plan to be successful. And when I say they don't necessarily have the plan, they don't know what they're chasing after. They figure, well, we'll step in it and see what it does for us. And if you're only stepping in something to see what it does and not necessarily have a plan, you can't really measure whether you're getting the results that you're looking for. And so the biggest opportunity for all these dealers is to have a clear plan of what they're trying to accomplish. Because if you don't, then you become all things to all people, and you're not really good at anything. And the key is to have a plan and work that plan and then modify it as it's needed.
For sure. Now, Ed, talk to us about people development. Bozard is really known for having that amazing culture, growing people from within, and really just fostering an amazing community. So tell us about, what are your best practices within your dealership?
We have a development program for just about every position in the store, with the exception of the entry-level spots. The entry-level spots is your gateway.
Yeah.
And in those positions, that's an extended interview for us to see if you can fit who we are from a cultural standpoint, from a team player standpoint, from all those elements. And then we offer paths for you to develop into whatever role maybe either fits your skill set or that you have a desire to chase after. And when you create those paths, then people don't leave you, because they always have something to chase after next. They never run out of what's next. And so we call it, our slogan in-house for our Bozard University is "Win from Within." And so
And from within.
and from within, as we take our own people, we grow them. And it is cool to watch someone come in as a valet and develop into a salesperson, and then create a relationship with someone and get married and have kids and buy their first home.
So
When you can watch all those things take place, it's just phenomenal.
not only does that help with retention within the store, but it also, that has a direct translation to culture, does it not?
Absolutely. It carries in the culture, because we're not constantly bringing new people in.
Right.
Because when you can hang on with the retention element, then you have that loyalty there, then you're layering on elements of culture to continue to make it better rather than constantly rebuilding it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Ed, you're always trying to uplift and value your people. You even have a daycare at your dealership, correct? For your Bozard moms.
So we do. We put a daycare in about 6 years ago now.
Wow.
And as we just talked about with people coming in and ultimately developing and having their life and having their kids. And one of the biggest challenges for anyone that works in the retail world, not just in automotive, but anybody that works in the retail world, is the demanding hours that comes along with that. Because in retail, you have to be available when our customers are available. And so those hours are demanding. And so to help overcome those obstacles of having that first kid and not being able to find a daycare that could take care of you during those hours and whatever else, we want to remove those barriers. Or if we're going to develop you, I don't want to develop you to a point and say, okay, well, that's it. I want to be able to keep developing you. I need to help overcome the obstacles that you run into in life to do that. And so sometimes it's for Bozard moms, but sometimes it's for Bozard dads because they're on Bozard days.
For sure.
And so it goes both ways. And it's cool to watch kids. Same thing that you watch kids come in as a newborn, and then 4.5 years later, they're graduating and heading off to school.
That's so cute.
You just truly value people, and that is something that we all appreciate, especially as young professionals, knowing that there's leaders out there like yourself
Yeah.
that want to help us grow.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, is there one action item that you can leave dealers with to improve? We talk about being effective, and mobile services is a hot topic, but also tech retention. Is there one action item that dealers can do to improve tech retention this year?
So I was at a meeting, I guess Wednesday, so a couple of days ago, and it was stated that 40% of the technicians in the industry will change the dealership they do it for this year. And that kind of turnover is
Insane.
astronomical. But the reason for that is it's multi-sided, but one of the sides is we don't offer a path for that technician to continue to grow and maybe develop into a different role. And on the other side of that, we got all these dealers looking for that silver bullet because they're looking for that turnkey player because they don't have ways of developing their own people. So they have to go try to take it from other places. Well, when you take one from one place, that person's not just going to sit there and say, okay, we're down somebody. They're going to go take someone from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's just a ripple effect.
Wow.
But if we create those programs inside of our store and quit looking for that turnkey player
Yes.
to develop people, then we're not necessarily creating holes in other stores, and they're not creating holes in ours because nobody else has their number. They don't have connections to get a hold of them, and they're building on what we want to build on.
I'm happy that you mentioned developing your techs because in our industry, I think there's a little bit of a controversy when it comes to, is there a tech shortage or is there a tech development shortage? So what side of the coin are you on?
I preach about that a lot. There is not a shortage of technicians. And there's a lot of people that love cars, loves the tinker, but there's a shortage of turning them into a technician.
Yeah.
A shortage of the developmental programs that provides them the path and provides them the tools and provides them the training to get to the elements of what they need to be successful as a technician. So, because it's one thing to enjoy working on a car as a hobby, it's another thing to do those things as a career. And we want to help you make it a career.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are just true pioneers.
Yes.
As you do.
That's
So
the word.
looking forward this year, what's the next step? What are you guys going to try to break into this year?
So we want to simplify our technology stack. I mean, there's so many opportunities for us to get better. A lot of times, I mean, we talked about chasing people down and looking for that next silver bullet. Well, we do the same thing at tech stack as well. We look for something and we say, okay, well, that'll help us do this. We do it. Next thing you know, we have 5 things doing the same thing.
Yes.
And then I'm reaching out to a customer with information overload because I'm reaching out to them from 5 different angles. So I really want to narrow those things down to where it feels seamless and it feels more organic and it feels more natural to where it maybe tugs at some heartstrings rather than so much redundancy.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Well,
Last question here. Ed, you are such a huge name in our industry. There are so many people that look up to you and really love what you're doing. I want to ask you, what is your favorite part about what you do?
My favorite part is connecting with people. Someone once gave me a chance in this business, and I want to give those chances back. And it is an absolute honor to be able to sit back and look around and say, that was cool to watch that person develop. Because when they get to do that, at some point they're going to flip a switch and say, I want to do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Gain affordableness. Wow, Ed, thank you so much for joining us here on this panel today. You are incredible, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish, what's to come for 2026 and beyond. So, thank you again, and we love what you're doing.
Thanks for having me, and it's been a great show. Let's send it out with a bang.
Yes, on behalf of myself, Stephen, and Isabella, for those online, stay tuned because there is a lot more to come.